Yes.
Hello. Lots of familiar faces, I'm sure.
Hi.
Hello. Thanks so much for joining us, guys. So just a reminder, this doesn't have an embargo, so it's out live. Thanks so much for your time, Grace, in advance, and we'll begin with yourself, Anton.
Hi, Grace. Nice to see you.
Hiya.
I remember, it doesn't seem that long ago when you were here, first call up, and all felt very new, and presumably there was nerves. How did it feel coming into the camp as kind of more established member of the squad?
Yeah, I remember that too. No, it's a bit different now. It's more like wanting to catch up with the girls and see everyone. So, yeah, it's still nerve-wracking when it comes up to it, but yeah, it's still just as nice a feeling.
How are you feeling about your game right now? Because your form couldn't be much better, could it?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good, really positive on the pitch, and yeah, got really good connections with my team at the moment. So yeah, feeling really good.
Centre midfield for England, I think, over the last couple of years has been a position where there's been a lot of strength but not too much depth. Now it feels completely different with yourself and Jess and others coming through. It feels like a bit of a brutal competition for those three places in the midfield.
Yeah, definitely. It's very competitive, but, going into a Euros in the summer, that's what we want because, we want to win things. So I think it's very positive for the squad.
Is that the feeling in the camp at the moment, kind of like doing all you can to make sure you're on the plane to Switzerland?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's our first camp back now, so, we want to get into that and see how it is. So we haven't been here for a few months, so can't really speak much on it yet, but I think definitely it'll be really fun and competitive.
I just want to ask you about, first time I spoke to you this season, I want to ask you how it was this summer, because you didn't know whether you were going to be Manchester United, whether it was Tottenham, whether you were going to be another club with lots of interest. What was that like for you in the summer, and how settled do you feel now?
Yeah, it was, even towards the back end of last season, I think there was a lot on my mind, and obviously, yeah, it's not a nice feeling to not know where you're going to be and what's going to happen, probably a bit unsettling, but I think, yeah, going into the season now and United being very keen on me staying and, for the future. So, yeah, it's been a lot better for me mentally, I'd say, as well.
Must be nice being wanted and then coming in here, and you suppose you can be a bit freer as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Grace.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll go to Emma at the BBC.
Yeah, hi Grace, thanks for your time. Just kind of on what Anton was saying there in terms of the first squad and when you came in, just wonder if you can take yourself back to the Euro final in 2022. Where were you watching the game, and did you think then that you would be in the squad now trying to compete for the next Euros?
Yeah, well, I was actually at the game, so I went and watched with my agent, and yeah, it was unbelievable. Even thinking about it, you get goosebumps, to think we actually won it. And no, I actually didn't. When you sat there watching on the side and you're seeing these unbelievable players, you feel a million miles off it at the time, and I definitely didn't think I'd be, the next year in and around the group. So, yeah, to think of how far I've come, it's a really nice feeling.
Yeah, and obviously you've gone back to Manchester United, as you say, after a summer where I can imagine, you're talking about the mental difficulties there, but you seem to have settled back really quickly and I suppose taken on that responsibility and of actually being an England international at Manchester United. I suppose the next step is then translating that into doing that more frequently for England.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every time you step on the pitch, especially as an attacking player, you want to impact the game positively, get goals and assists. So it's really nice that I'm getting that at the moment. And yeah, whoever I play for and whenever I step on the pitch, I want to do it.
And finally, for me, you were talking about the confidence that you've got at the moment, the fact that you're playing well. Have you always been a player that has got a lot of confidence, or have you sort of learned that throughout your career? Have you got that from elsewhere, or is that something that's just already within you?
No, I think it comes and goes. Obviously, patches of confidence and not being confident, you can sort of tell as a player when you're in probably a low confidence phase and you just need to sort of chill out a little bit. But yeah, I think it comes and goes as a player, and when you do have it, I think definitely want to make the most of it. And at the moment, I'm really enjoying playing with my teammates, and yeah, definitely just enjoying being on the pitch.
Well, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Emma. We'll go to Kit from The Times.
Hi, Grace. Nice to see you. I just wanted to pick up about what you said about feeling nice and settled at United, because it's always struck me that you're someone that's quite comfortable with change, whether it's moving down to Bristol or to Tottenham or all over the country. But are you happy now, essentially, to be kind of back at your parent club and in a place where you know you're going to be and kind of have that little more settled lifestyle than you've maybe had in previous seasons?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously being settled is like a massive part of your game, being comfortable with your teammates around you. And yeah, I'd say, I've got good friends at United. Obviously a friend from Tottenham come back to United. So yeah, definitely I think with my team around me and the way that I'm feeling and feeling wanted and stuff, yeah, it's definitely a nice feeling.
And can you just give a bit of an insight into what the environment's like at United at the moment? Because I imagine you're playing well, the team's picking up points. I imagine it's very positive, but what is it like?
Yeah, I think that's always been a big factor at United. It's always been a very positive team. We've always had each other's backs. I just think it's a very close-knit team and we're all there for each other. I'd say, yeah, our environment's really, really good at the moment.
And when you're in good form for your club and when your club's winning, does that make it easier to come into England camp and then really fight hard for minutes under Serena? Yeah,
definitely. I think, like I say, confidence is a big part of the game. So if I'm confident at club, obviously I want to go into this camp and take that confidence with me and keep playing how I'm playing and just feeling good on the pitch is the main thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Kit. Hi, Grace. Nice to see you. Please, could you give us an idea of some of the things that you worked on over the summer, in the sense that it feels to me that you're a lot more physical this season. Players are kind of bouncing off you at times. You're really strong at holding on to the ball. And is that something that you were deliberately working on over the summer physically? And can you give us any idea of the things that you've been working on?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously new environments, so new coaches, new S&Cs. So our S&C coach is really good at United, but I think I'm young and I'm growing and I'm growing into my game. So I think, yeah, as a young player each season, I want to learn, I want to grow. So I just think it's also part of building as a young player and growing, really.
Do you feel notably stronger in yourself? Do you feel like as though you're in sort of the best shape of your life, physically as an athlete?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's always things that you can improve on and we're always looking into that as a team. And personally, so yeah, definitely there's always things you can improve on, but each year I do feel fitter and stronger.
Could I also ask about something that's been in the news today a lot around women's football, with over 100 players writing to FIFA, sort of expressing major concern about a sponsorship deal with a Saudi-backed company. Just wondering what you have made of that, not only the players in the women's game using their voices to speak up about that sort of thing, but also the unity with so many co-signing it. What did you make of that, and maybe how important is that for the women's game?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's news to me. I only found out about it today as well. So, I wasn't really clued up on that. But yeah, it's definitely nice to see that if players are passionate about something, they have confidence and they feel that they can speak up about it. And I think, if they want to change that for the women's game, I'm sure they've got our best interests at heart. But obviously, I only heard about it today.
Thank you, Grace. Cheers.
Next time we'll go to Catherine.
Hi, Grace. You obviously mentioned about the connections you've got at United with some of the players there. I wanted to ask you about Georgia Stanway and Kira Walsh, who you obviously play alongside in that midfield, two players that play abroad. How have you kind of learned from them being in the England setup, and how much do you enjoy playing alongside them?
Yeah, obviously you can see their quality every time they step on the pitch, especially when I first come to camp, they're just levels above, and it's really inspiring to see, and you just learn from them every day in training, little touches that they take, the vision. So definitely always learning from them. And when I played alongside them, they make the game really easy for you. And especially even Tooney, for me, playing with her this season at United as well. She's just a very mature and amazing player. So it's nice to play with.
Any final questions? Yeah, we'll go across the room. Oh, sorry, Luke, I didn't see you.
Just don't worry about me, David.
You go.
Great. Is there anything when you came into the squad, obviously you're one of the younger players, your presence is a reminder that national squads are constantly evolving and refreshing. Is there any bit of advice that any of the senior players gave you when you first came in that resonated with you?
Question. I think not so much advice, but they're just their experience. Every conversation that you have with them, you're always learning new things, and just the way they see the game. And sometimes, at half time and stuff, maybe one of them becomes the manager for a few minutes. Like, they just see the game so well and they're so experienced. So not so much advice, but you do see their older presence day in, day out in conversations.
And do you feel like you belong in their company now, or do you still think you've got something to prove?
I feel like you always, well, personally, I always feel like you've got something to prove, you know. It's like every time you step on the pitch, you have something to prove. So it's nice to be in and around them. But yeah, you always have.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Luke. We'll just go across the room if that's okay.
Thank you. Hi, Grace. Hamza here from Beacons. It's looking great for you this season so far. 3 goals, 4 games. You're almost beating your total of goals from last season for Tottenham Hotspur. I can't remember the last time, actually I can, the last time a Scouser was playing for Man United so well. There's actually good claims from Man United fans saying that you are going to be the next big thing for Manchester United. How are you taking it all in your stride after winning the Young Player of the Year for the PFA Young Player of the Year award?
Yeah, definitely, you know, in pre-season you do think about that, you know, coming back off loan, and I think Mark has been really good with me in that sense. He's always reminded me, you know, you've got like nothing to prove. We've seen last year what you can do, so we want to bring you back in. So I think it's just not thinking about all that stuff too much, and like I said, just when I step on the pitch, just wanting to enjoy it and play with the girls and just play like how you play when you're a kid, because really that's when you play your best football.
Carefree, which is great to see as well. What's the key takeaway that you've got from Mark Skinner this season, being in the first team at Manchester United?
Key takeaway?
Yeah.
He's just, for me, Mark is just really good at, you know, recognising when you need an arm around your shoulder, recognising when you maybe need a little kick up the bum. Like, for me, he's been really good for that. I can say that. Yeah, I can say that. Yeah, he's been really good, just recognising how to sort of maybe manage me personally. And I think, yeah, the other girls can say that. So I've really appreciated that.
Brilliant. Nice one, Grace.
Thank you.
We'll take a final question at the back of the room. Thank you.
Hi, Grace. Just wanted to ask you, as someone who's worked their way up to this level and, you know, playing for the Lionesses, what is the piece of advice you would give to young girls aspiring to get here?
I would say just keep believing in yourself, because especially, you know, the game's getting so good now, there's going to be times when you probably question yourself and you question your ability. So for me, personally, it's just believing in yourself and knowing that you can do it. And yeah, just that, like going into every session and just when you do question yourself, just remember why you're there and just keep believing.
And what would you say the main differences are from training at club level to when you come here and train with all the international girls?
Yeah, the intensity is through the roof. Obviously, such amazing players and the quality is so high, so competitive. So yeah, the intensity is just through the roof.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Cheers, guys.